Greetings, my friends. See How, a Grammar for Biblical Hebrew, Lesson 24, page 264 and following. See How, a Grammar for Biblical Hebrew, Lesson 24. Lesson 24 is occupied with giving us the PL imperfect. You thought we could just have a call imperfect and no other imperfects. You already know that there's a PL and a HIFL, and by the way, there are more forms as well to come. But call, PL, and HIFL are three of the major ones. We're also going to get this thing called the NIFL with an N, later in the grammar. But for now, we're going to have to assimilate the imperfect into the PL, because that's a thing, the PL imperfect. This lesson's not bad. You can see the chart there on page 264. Listen to my melodious voice as I read, or repeat after me in the privacy of your own space. And this is just with katal. Yakateo, tekateo, tekateo, tekateli, akateo, yakatelu, tekatelna, tekatelu, tekatelna, nekatel. Some extra syllables in there beyond what we had with the call imperfect, but look at our friends come to save us. All of the imperfect letters, like the yod and the tav at the beginning, and the aleph for the first common singular, and the nun for the first common plural, they're all still there. Yay! And notice the endings, where there are endings. They're all still there. The na and the u and all that stuff. Notice also our hallmark feature of the PL, the doubled middle radical, is still here in the imperfect. Totally convenient. Notice also a couple other common trends here. You have a shava under the under the first radical in the form. So ye, te, ah. Of course, it's a guttural, so it's going to be compound. Ye, te, ne. Boom. Not so bad, right? Not so bad. Of course, you can't always double the middle radical. You know, with a root like. Well, a root that has a guttural for the middle radical. Page 264, 1b, second guttural and second resh. You can't double resh either. What do you do then? Well, the forms are going to look like this. Yama'ain, he will refuse. Yama'her, he will hurry. So you'll get either compensatory lengthening, what normally was a patach, now is a kametz, Yama'ain, or you'll get virtual doubling, fake doubling. Yama'her, he will hurry. The he is virtually doubled. Okay. Third gutturals, there are some things. Third he, see how that works itself out. Yegale, tegale, tegale, tegali. This is on page 265, the chart. Yegale, tegale, tegale, tegali, agale, yegalu, tegalena, tegalu, tegalena, negale. Okay. No biggie. Page 264, bottom, the PL and Joseph. The PL Joseph involve consecutive forms. Totally predictable. They're exactly what you think they would be. They're the same as the call, except it's just the PL form. So, you know. You get a PL imperative. Now that Seow assumes we're familiar with these concepts like imperative, he'll start dumping them all into one lesson with the PL. Page 266.3. We learned in lesson 21.3 that the call imperative forms are like their corresponding forms in the imperfect, except that the preformative, that first letter, is lacking. The PL imperative forms, likewise, correspond to the forms of the imperfect, minus the preformative. There's a chart. There you go. Bakesh, seek. Bakashi, seek, lady. Bakashu, seek, you crowd of men. Bakeshna, seek, you crowd of women. Okay. Notice you get the doubling, all the stuff, except when it's a guttural. So no problem. PL infinitives, remember those? Yep, we have those in the PL. Top of page 267, there's a chart. Luckily, fortunately, happily, the PL infinitive absolute and the PL infinitive construct are almost always identical. There are a couple of minor variations here, but for the strong verb, like gadal or gadel, It's just gadel, 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 gadel. Barech, barech. Ba'er, ba'er. Shaleach, shalach. So there's a little difference. Kano, kane. Save, savoth. That's a weird one. Yasor, yaser. Okay, so what? You have to know that those exist, and we're going to come across them from time to time, and you're going to have the resources. You're going to have the brains and the guts to get back into the grammar, or look at a dictionary or lexicon, or look at a chart that you have and see what's really going on until you can recognize these on your own, okay? Notice our friend there, page 267, in the infinitives, the doubled middle radical, except where you can't double it. And that ah vowel in the first letter. Bottom of page 267, he gives you a good old synopsis of verbs in the PL. Just to review, let's do it with bakash, seek. Bikesh, he sought, he looked for. Imperfect, yavakesh, he will look for. Vayavakesh, he looked for. Vayiktol, vav consecutive. Joseph, yavakesh, may he look for. Bakesh, look for. Bakesh, looking for. Bakesh, to look for or looking for. And then the participle, don't forget about the PL participle, the mem with the shavandrit. Mevakesh, seeking, masculine, singular. One who is looking for or seeking. Now, the rest of this lesson, a lot of material here, is tied up with the Hebrew numbers. I would suggest memorizing, yep, another thing to memorize. Page 268, 6a, 1, the numbers 1 to 10 in their masculine absolute form. There are a lot of little differences here and so on, but really you can see that a lot of these numbers are the same. I would just recommend memorizing, okay? Just put them all on one flashcard. Don't forget the Aleph Bet. Aleph Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, Zayin, Chet, Tet, Yod, Kaf, Lamed, Nun. Do that. Maybe every time you wash your hands or something, say the Hebrew Aleph Bet and also say these numbers. I'll just say them down the row, down the column, masculine absolute, page 268. Echad, 1, Shanayim, 2, Shalosh, 3, Arba, 4, Chamesh, 5, Shesh, 6, Sheva, 7, even kind of sounds like the number 7. Sheva, 7, Shmone, 8, Tesha, 9, Etzel, 10. What if you want to say 20 or 45 or 114? Well, don't worry about that yet. Read his descriptions and examples here. I don't need you to memorize this, though, right at this very second. I do need you to memorize the numbers, though, just as normal vocab. Echad, Shanaim, Shalosh, Arba, Chamesh, Shesh, Sheva, Shmone, Tesha, Etzel. Once you memorize that, doing like 20, well, 20 is going to be Atzarim with a plural, masculine plural ending, like 10 with a plural ending. Okay? Shishim will be 60, stuff like that. Oh, he gives this to you. You can see on the next page. Page 270. Shaloshim is 30. Atzarim, 20. Arba'im, 40. Then you get a word for 100. Me'ah. So, ma'atayim. This is page 274, number 4. Me'ah is 100. Me'atayim in the dual is 200. Remember the dual? Ayim. Shalosh me'oth, 300. Arba me'oth, 400. And then thousands. Aleph means 1,000. And then you get some words for like really high numbers, Okay. Don't worry about the ordinals on page 271, but you should know that those exist. Okay. Page 272, read those examples of the distributive function of numbers. Okay. Just read them. Read them. You're getting advanced enough now that I just want you to read stuff and learn it, okay? Figure out how this works. And then another pile of vocabulary words. Start making the flashcards. It's fun. Okay? Good luck, okay? The PL. Numbers.